You think you know why relationships fail. You think it's bad timing, bad luck, or maybe just her personality. But the truth is far darker and far more personal. Strong women aren't repelled by charm, wealth, or even kindness alone. They are repelled by weakness. Not the obvious weakness you can see. The hidden, subtle kind. The insecurity that whispers, "I need you to validate me." The dependency that screams, "Without you, I'm nothing." Carl Jung warned, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." Here's the paradox. You can be attracted to a strong, confident woman, and she can be attracted to you. But if your inner strength doesn't match hers, attraction turns to repulsion. She senses it unconsciously, like a predator detecting vulnerability. Your attempts to control, to please, to impress, every move betrays your shadow before your persona even enters the room. Today, I'll expose why the very behaviors you think make you attractive are actually driving her away. And more importantly, you'll discover the brutal, transformative truth about aligning your inner power with your outward presence. Let's start with what most men believe about attraction. You tell yourself, be nice, be supportive, listen carefully. Don't rock the boat. You think being accommodating, agreeable, and charming will earn respect and love. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The world doesn't reward compliance. Nature doesn't reward neediness. And strong women, those with independence, depth, and self-possession, detect it instantly. Sigmund Freud said it best. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. And honesty exposes a fundamental lie you've been telling yourself, that your surface behaviors, your niceness, actually signal strength. They don't. They signal scarcity, dependence, and fear. The shadow lurks here. The shadow is not evil. It's the hidden part of yourself that fears inadequacy, that seeks validation, that clings to control. You might project confidence outwardly, but inside, you're anxious, reactive, and desperate to be seen. Strong women unconsciously read these signals. Your attempts to impress, to charm, to win her over are surface-level manipulations. They communicate, "I am not enough. Please fill the gap I cannot." Even worse, many men confuse these surface traits with actual power. "I'm successful. I make money. I'm charming. Surely that counts for something." Yes, it counts, but it is not strength. Strength is competence, emotional regulation, and presence. Strength is aligning your actions with your inner values and refusing to compromise your integrity for approval. Now consider projection. The persona you show the world, the cool guy or supportive partner, is only half the truth. The other half is hidden in your shadow. Your fear of being rejected, your need to control outcomes, your quiet dependency on her approval. Strong women sense this immediately. They aren't consciously judging. They are reading energy. And when they detect weightiness, attraction flips to repulsion. Here's a disturbing realization. This isn't just about her. This is about you. You've been unconsciously shaping your own rejection. Every anxious text, every over-apologetic statement, every attempt to win her is a subtle sabotage. And the irony? You are often unaware of it. But this is just the surface. The real truth about why this happens is darker than you think. Let's go deeper. Why does weakness repel? Why does neediness cancel out attraction? It's about psychic energy. the unseen force that governs human connection. Jung described psychic energy as finite. Energy flows where attention goes. When your attention is consumed by fear, insecurity, or the need for validation, your energy leaks outward in ways you cannot control. Strong women unconsciously detect this energy leakage. It signals, "I cannot rely on you. You cannot lead. You cannot hold your own." This is why manipulation, subtle or overt, fails. The need to control, guilt trip, or persuade her is draining to both you and her. It is a silent announcement. I am not safe. I cannot contain myself. The more you try to fix her reactions, the more reactive you become. You are trapped in a feedback loop. Insecurity breeds neediness, which breeds rejection, which amplifies insecurity. Science confirms this. Studies in evolutionary psychology show that women are hardwired to seek mates who demonstrate competence, independence, and resilience. Emotional stability isn't a bonus. It's a survival signal. Conversely, behaviors signaling anxiety or dependence trigger subconscious avoidance responses. You think charm, money, or attention will counteract this, but the underlying energetic signal cannot be faked for long. Alfred Adler explained it. The only normal people are the ones you don't know very well. Why? Because everyone harbors fears, shadows, and insecurities. The difference lies in awareness and self-mastery. Strong women, intuitively or consciously, reject partners whose shadow dominates the light. And here's the key. Often, they do not need to reject consciously. Your own patterns accomplish that. You repel yourself before she ever acts. The cost? Unfulfilling relationships, repeated rejection, and a constant drain on emotional and psychic energy. And you give and needs, blessedly to please, to impress, to manage reactions, but the emptiness inside remains. People-pleasing, reactive behavior, and unconscious control attempts are not just unattractive, they are corrosive to your life, your work, and your identity. But the most dangerous part isn't what others do to you, it's what you don't realize you're doing to yourself. Now comes the confrontation you've been avoiding. You tell yourself you're being helpful, supportive, or attentive. But what if your availability isn't generosity, but a sophisticated form of control, a subconscious trap to extract validation, obedience, or love you cannot internally provide? Carl Jung warned, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Your shadow, the parts you refuse to see, is shaping your reality. Every anxious check-in, every overcommitted promise, every act designed to win her over is a projection of your fear of inadequacy. Strong women read this instinctively because they operate from an integrated, self-contained masculine energy. Let's break this down. Fear of abandonment drives neediness. Approval-seeking drives control tactics. Subtle manipulations, compliments, gifts, excessive attentiveness are unconscious attempts to manage outcomes. You think you are expressing love, but what you are really expressing is fear. Here's the harsh truth. The people who drain you the most are reflecting something you refuse to see. Every rejection, every subtle pushback, every coldness from someone you admire is your mirror. Strong women are not villains, they are accelerants. They reveal the weakness you have hidden from yourself. Shadow work isn't comfortable. It forces you to face your dependency on approval, your fear of solitude and abandonment, your illusions of masculinity, the ego-driven belief that charm or wealth equals power. You must integrate these shadows without collapsing. Transformation occurs when you confront the parts of yourself that rely on her. on validation, on control, and turn them into self-reliance, presence, and authenticity. Now that you can see the game clearly, here's how everything changes. The paradox of attraction is this: strength is magnetic, weakness is repulsive. But strength is rarely what you think. It isn't charm, it isn't wealth, it isn't approval-seeking. True masculine power is self-mastery, competence, presence, and alignment between inner values and outward action. Here's the counterintuitive truth. When you stop trying to control her reactions, stop seeking approval, and stop fixing outcomes, attraction escalates naturally. By embracing your shadow, your fears, inadequacies, and vulnerabilities, you paradoxically radiate power. You become a man who doesn't need validation, who doesn't react compulsively, who stands as a pillar of presence. This is the inner hero Jung described, a force grounded in reality, not ego, not performance. Practical strategies, energy audit. Track where your attention goes. Are you fixated on her mood, approval, or perception? Redirect energy to self-mastery, competence, and growth. Boundary discipline. Learn to say no without guilt. Control your availability. Presence without dependency signals strength. Shadow. Confrontation. Daily reflection. Identify moments of neediness, fear, or control. Journal the triggers. Transform them into conscious choice. Action. Alignment. Align small actions with core values. Show integrity in speech, work, and presence. Competence is undeniable attraction. When mastered, life transforms. Women are no longer mirrors of inadequacy. They become partners of mutual respect. Rejection turns into authentic connection. Dependency turns into presence. Weakness turns into power. So, what now? You've seen the paradox. You've confronted your shadow. You understand why weak men repel strong women, and more importantly, why you may have been repelling yourself. The question isn't, will she like me? The question is, am I a man worth standing beside, regardless of her response? Stop giving your energy away in fear. Stop reacting compulsively. Begin the hard work of self-mastery. The next time you feel the pull of neediness or the temptation to control, ask, is this coming from strength or from fear? Your transformation begins in the quiet, relentless work of aligning your inner strength with outward action. Strong women will not settle for weakness, but they will respond to men who have embraced themselves fully. And remember, this is just one paradox. Your journey has only begun. Next, we will confront the subtle ways modern society teaches men to confuse confidence with control, and how you can reclaim authentic authority in a world that glorifies submission. Are you ready to see the truth about yourself completely? Then start today.